Hey guys, if you want to get your locks from looking like this to this, please like, share, subscribe, and keep watching. Okay guys, we're gonna dive straight into this. I actually thought my phone was recording for like the first 5-10 minutes of this video, but it was not. So we're just gonna start over, but we're just gonna pick a roll and go from there. So first thing first, you're just gonna find your roll. Now this client is doing a 2-strand bob, so that is basically 2-strand twist, and then we're gonna knot the end so it's gonna be short like a bob. So if you have watched my previous video, I did a more in-depth video on how to do 2-strand twists, so I'm not gonna cover like the 2-strand twist method that much. I'm just gonna like walk you through how I do this style, and then you can see from the video exactly how to do it yourself. So you're just gonna start off by twisting both locks. So you're gonna twist the first lock, and then you're gonna twist the second lock, and then once you finish twisting both locks, you're gonna twist the locks together. Also remember, when you're twisting those locks, to get all those frizzies, you don't just stop at the beginning of the lock. You gotta twist it all the way down to get those frizzies, and then you're gonna twist both locks together to form a 2-strand. Now this client, like I said, is doing a bob, but I'm not gonna knot the ends until I'm finished the entire 2-strand twist in the entire hair, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. But I want to show you guys the 2-strand method one more time, just in case you have not seen that first video. I'm just gonna let you see how I do the 2-strand. And I am using the comb method for this retwist, but if you, like I said, if you don't know the comb method, you can just do regular using your finger twist. I am going to do a video on all the methods to retwist, so you guys can learn and know which ones is which. Now for the front of this style, she's doing flat twist instead of regular side-by-side twist, and flat twist is basically when the twists are falling backwards, instead of how the back of the style is when the twists are falling side by side. So for this, you're gonna do the same exact steps for a fresh retwist. You're gonna clean up those parts, apply the gel, clean up those parts again, and then comb the root of the lock, and then you're gonna retwist the lock backwards. Instead of how we would retwist the lock side by side, you're gonna retwist both locks backwards. And just a little lock tip: for the style, any lock style that you're doing, always remember to twist the lock in the direction of the style. Please remember, twist the lock the direction of the style. So since the front of this style is going to be flat twist, going backwards, you're going to twist the lock backwards. Instead of regular 2-strand twist, you know that they're side by side. And this is with any style. So if you're doing updos, you make sure you twist all locks upwards instead of how you would twist them going downwards. So same thing again, we're just cleaning up the parts, sectioning it off, and then twisting all the locks backwards. Now with flat twists, when it has more than 2-3 in a row, you're basically just taking one lock, putting it over the other, taking another lock and putting it over the other. And that's called a barrel roll. I will do videos on how to do barrel rolls. Now, since we are fully finished retwisting the entire head, I'm now going to show you how to do the knots to make it into a bob. Now, I did twist the locks all the way down just because I didn't want it to like unravel. I wanted them to stay nice and tight how I wanted it. So I'm just going to unravel some of the 2-strand twist and just wrap it around. Don't worry guys, I am going to do that again. So you're basically just going to look for the length of how the client wants the bob, how short. Some people want it really short, some people want the bob really long. You just make sure you ask them how long they want it, and then you flip the lock up, and then you would twist all the excess lock around the lock, and then you just take a rubber band and just seal the lock in place. This will hold all the twists together so it doesn't unravel or fall down or anything. But don't worry, I'm gonna do it again for you guys. So I always like to make sure that I do the knots at the end of the retwist style. So like I said, you're gonna make sure all the locks are the length, then you're gonna twist the locks upwards like this, and then you're gonna wrap all excess lock around the lock, just like that, like simple wrapping. And then you just place a rubber band at the end, and then you're good. So I like to do the knots at the ending just because I want to make sure all the knots are at the same exact length. I like to make sure the client keeps their head up just so we can get a perfect lock bob. Now, I don't think I guys showed you this gel, but this is what I use on everybody, the best gel ever, okay? And it's water based. So I'm just doing my finishing touches, which is the best part of a retwist for me. I put a little gel, and then I slick those edges to the gods, okay? I mean slick. Then I put some foaming wrap all over. This is gonna keep everything in place. And then I just take the foaming wrap and I just smudge it all in. I just make sure I pat them down so it's the direction that I want it. I take my comb and just go over those edges one more time. And then I'm going to take a wrap and I'm gonna wrap it all over the edges just to make sure, you know, they stay in place. And then I'm going to put the client under the dryer. After I leave them under the dryer for about 10-15 minutes, I use the best oil and mist in the world. This is going to properly keep their hair nice and hydrated. So I'm going to take the mist and I'm going to spray it all over. This is what hydrates the hair. And I'm going to take the hair growth oil and I'm just going to seal all the moisture in place while moisturizing the scalp. Okay, this is the best duo, especially for starter locks, for hair, period. If you need a little extra moisture in your hair is breaking, you want some growth, this duo is the duo for you. So make sure you go on www.gemhaircare.com and order your products. Now we are basically done here, guys, and look at the finishing product. It is beautiful. My client is beautiful. Her locks are beautiful. Now guys, that is all I have for you today. If you like this video, make sure you show me by actually liking the video, comment, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your cousins, tell your boyfriends, tell your side chicks, tell your grandma, tell your grandpa, tell anyone that wants to learn how to do locks that this is the channel that they should be subscribing to. Okay, see you guys next week Friday, because we're dropping a video every Friday. Okay, be here or be square. Yeah.